Hey guys, welcome back to iCraft MC. In today's episode, we're finally going to build a witch farm after that whole fiasco. And yes, I am purple, I know that. Anyway, before we get into all this, we're going to make today's banner of the day. Today's banner starts with a black banner and an orange cross, which is this pattern right here. Next, we're going to go on to a black purfess, which is this pattern right here. And next we're going to go on to a brown chief, which is this pattern right here. After that, we're going to go on to a light gray base, which is this pattern right here. Then we're going to go on to a green chief indented, which is simply this pattern here. And we're going to end off, last but not least, with a black border, which is this pattern here. And I hope you can see what that is. It's like a piston pushing a grass block, so I thought that was just a really cool pattern, and I think it's pretty interesting to see banners that can incorporate so much detail into such a small space, because, you know, making banners is quite difficult, and I thought this is a really good one, so yeah, you can really see a lot of detail there with the piston. Anyway, so today we're going to be building ourselves a witch farm, and yeah, basically just so we can get ourselves glowstone, redstone, everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly over to the witch farm. I have all my Lytra and fireworks over here, so we're just going to switch that out. And the witch farm is just this way a little way, so we're just going to fly this way. And yeah, I have all the supplies with me here, and I'll go over the ingredients we'll need to build that, or the supplies we'll need to build that pretty soon here. I just need to fly past here, and this is actually where Jonas lives, is here. We'll probably tour it one day once it's more finished. But anyway, we're going to continue on this way. And I actually have a really nice witch hut here, and I found a very interesting substance there, and we've had a big adventure around that. So if you want to watch that, make sure to watch the last 4 episodes. So yeah, anyway, here's our witch hut. And so basically, let's see if there's a witch here right now. Hopefully not. There is not. So we actually found this interesting substance right here. You know, I'm actually wondering, this sugar here, it might be useful. I'm just going to put it into storage because we might be able to use it later. So I'll just put all that here. It might be something we can use, so we'll just put that there. So I'm going to show you the supplies list now for the witch farm, and I'll just do that over here, so I can just place down these shulker boxes and we can easily see what there is. So we have in here, you're going to need all this, so I'll just let this stay open for a couple seconds so you can see all that. A bunch of string, tripwire hooks. These are all basically exact amounts. You might need a little bit less than this, but it's about this much, so there's all that. Then you're also going to need all this. This is going to be for the storage system. This water breathing potion is going to be for an underwater part we're going to be doing. And we're going to need the scaffolding for the AFK platform. And we're going to need this just for this for spawn proofing, and this for the storage too. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this and basically start on the first step. So the first step, actually we'll probably just keep this over here, that should be fine. So the first step we're going to need is going to involve a lot of these spruce planks, and it doesn't actually have to be spruce planks, it can be basically any material. It just, spruce planks is something I have a lot of, and it kind of fits in with the witch hut anyway, since the witch hut is spruce planks. So we'll grab that. We'll also grab the sticky pistons, composters, spruce trapdoors, redstone comparators, and the spruce leaves. And some of these spruce slabs should be good for now. Yeah, that should be all we need for now. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get up onto our witch hut, and basically we're actually going to demolish the entire thing. And yeah, it'll serve that witch right for trying to, I don't even know, but anyway, we have to watch that episode to find out. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically place down blocks, 1 block above the base of the witch hut. So we're just going to build this all the way around like this. And then also we're going to extend it out to the porch, so like this. And now this should be, if I've counted correctly, 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. This should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to build this all the way around here like this. We basically just have kind of a rectangle of that size around the witch hut. Next we're going to build some more rectangles of that size, but first we're just going to destroy the entire witch hut. But before we do that, we do want to mark this out, because if you destroy the witch hut before you've marked it out, then basically you won't actually know where to place these big platforms, which are going to be the spawn floors, and so you're going to have a major problem there. So we're just going to get rid of all this. And there's that black cat. Hopefully we'll rescue it before we build the entire farm. So there's that, and I think actually we can get rid of this whole layer around here too. That's just kind of part of the old witch hut, so we'll just get rid of all this. And basically the spawn floors are going to be 2 blocks apart just because witches are 2 blocks high, so we want to have enough room for them to be able to spawn. So we'll just build that. So basically this is going to go 2 lower, so 1 lower, and then we'll just go like this, 2 lower, and then the second spawn floor is right there, so we're just going to make it go all the way around like the first one. We can just get rid of this, it's just there to count. So yeah, we'll build this. This is going to be the second spawn floor, and basically the reason why you want to build all these spawn floors instead of just one is because there's actually 3 total spawn floors in a witch hut, and so when you use all 3 of them instead of just 1 or 2 of them, then you actually get 2 or 3 times as many drops from the witches. So again, we'll just destroy all this, and yeah, we can probably use these blocks later on actually to build some other stuff too, so that should be awesome. And we got a free cauldron, which is great since cauldrons aren't the easiest things to get, so we'll just break all this. And yeah, then the second or the last spawn floor here is just going to be under here. We can probably place it already. Yeah, so just like this, but 1 block lower, so it'll just actually be right on top of the water there, which is totally fine. So we'll just break this and break this, and basically just build this all the way around like this, so we have an entire outlined area. And again, I think we're going to have to get rid of some of this dirt and stuff here, just like that, so we can basically have this. Let's see, is that 9 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's only 8 blocks. Sorry about that. Yeah, actually, sorry, we want the spawn floors to be 7 by 9, not 7 by 8, because we want it to go up to the entire porch, but that's fine. We can just place these blocks here, and yeah, so I'll just basically break this, and I'll break this, and we're just going to get rid of the rest of this witch hut, the whole legs of it and all that, and then we can basically just place down this last spawn floor, which is going to be right on top of the water like that. And thankfully there isn't too much water below this witch hut, because then we can actually have our storage system not be completely submerged. I'm not going to do an automatic storage system in this tutorial, but I am going to build an area to collect all the materials, since I think that personally automatic storage systems aren't usually super useful, but I mean, you know, you can always find another tutorial for that to build that. So we're going to do this. And I was thinking the glowstone from this could actually be really useful to light up a lot of where we're going to want to be building in the future, because we got all these plains biome, you know, but it'd be really nice to actually light it up so we can basically just use that for building, and also have it be kind of not, you know, dangerous, because we don't obviously want to have any mobs spawning frequently to destroy anything we built. So now what we're going to do is we're basically going to fill in all of these spawning platforms all the way up with spruce, and I went underwater there, but yeah, basically just fill them all the way up. So we basically have 3 platforms that are all 7 by 9, and they're all going to be filled up to the brim. And again, this is a build that includes a lot of kind of placing blocks like that and then just breaking them again, so only the blocks that I have in the end are the blocks that we actually want to be there. So we're just going to fill all this in like that, and yeah, that'll basically just provide maximum spawning space. Alright, and again we can just build up here, get rid of those real quick, and basically just build out all of this. Now, there's actually more platform we're going to want to build, because although this is fine, we want room around this, right? So we can actually do this. So we're going to want, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find the sides that is shorter, so which is actually the longer side, which is this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. And we're going to basically want to do is we're going to actually want to build out here 3 blocks over, and we're going to do that in just a second. We're actually probably build it on this side because we want it to be as far away from the mainland as possible. So we'll build that out real quick, but we're actually not going to do anything on that quite yet. So I'm just going to place all these blocks here. I think it's almost bedtime, so we're just going to head to bed real quick there, and I think we do have our bed with us, which is perfect, since obviously we don't want any mobs to torment us as we build this. Thankfully no witches will spawn while we're here, because we're too close to it, right? It has to be at least 20 blocks away for them to spawn. So alright, yeah, so we're going to build out 3 blocks here, and we'll just start with this layer, but it'll be repeated on all 3 layers. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to grab our comparators, and we're going to place them like this, just all along like here. And this design is actually not one I invented myself. It's invented by a other YouTuber called Cortezarino, and I will link his video in the description, so you can watch that one if you want to. So we'll just place down a whole bunch of hoppers here, not hoppers, composters. So let's place them like that, and you want to actually press your shift key, or whatever your key is for crouch, so that you do not just activate these comparators, because that's not what we want to do at all. So then we're going to want to do is, I actually forgot something, it's over here. We want to grab ourselves our leaves, and with our leaves we're basically going to be getting one amount of compost stage in every single one of the hoppers. Oh yeah, here's our leaves. Actually, I didn't forget them. Here they are. Yeah, so we're basically just going to right click on every single composter, so we have at least a little bit there. So you can see it'll actually light up the comparators. So we just want to right click once on each one of those. And yeah, there we go. You can kind of see that in there. Next, we're going to want to grab just some more of our spruce planks and just place them right here, so the input is going into this block like that. We're also going to want to do is actually just right click on top of these comparators so that we have blocks on top of those like this. And then we're going to want to grab our sticky pistons and just basically get this one. For the side one, the first one's a little bit hard, but you want to basically like that, and then from there you can just right click on the side while kind of going like this, and that's just a way that you can just get all the pistons, because they have to face downwards. It's really important that they face down, because this will be kind of pushing these composters down whenever there is a block trying to be moved. So we'll go like this. Alright, that's perfect. And then the other thing we're going to want to do real quick is grab ourselves our trapdoors and basically just place them down, and you're going to see those are actually instantly just going to go up because they're being powered. So go all along like this. Now we're just going to repeat this exact same step on the next two layers, so I'll be right back as soon as I've done that. Alright, I've now completed that step on all three layers. Now the next step you're going to want to do is basically going to be closing in this whole space, because obviously we want the witches to spawn in a dark area, because, well, that's the only place they will spawn is a dark area. So yeah, also I did use some scaffolding to place all these blocks here, so that may end up being useful, I'm not sure. Yeah, so we'll just break this because we do not need this here, and we'll just get rid of all that. And then basically what we're going to do is we're basically just going to cover this entire thing in spruce planks, and I'll show you the pattern you want to cover it in. So we're just going to grab as many spruce planks as we have. I think we do have some more in here. We do have some more. Hopefully that's enough. If not, we can always cut down some trees around here. We can also use some of the wood from the witch huts. So the first step we're going to do, and this is very important, is to remove the kitty from the premises, because frankly, kitties' lives are very important. We want to make sure that we do not get that poor cat stuck. So we're going to basically want to do now is start just around here, kind of building out one, and then you're going to want to go out one more on this side so that there's this kind of space here. Get rid of any lily pads in the way, because those are not what you want. And then you want to just go around like this. You're basically just having one layer out on every side except for two layers out here. And the back you can cover up if you want, but you don't have to. That's not needed at all. Then what you want to do is basically just place up 3 blocks around the whole thing like this to cover up that first layer, and just keep doing that all the way up, and that'll basically just have like a protective shell around the entire farm that'll basically be for darkness, and it'll kind of cloak it so that the witches will be able to spawn in the dark. And then yeah, we'll basically be able to use them from there, because if it's not dark, then they won't be able to spawn except for at nighttime, so it'll basically be half as efficient unless we do this step. So again, we're just going to keep building up all the way here and place a whole bunch of blocks. And again, these blocks can be anything you want, really doesn't matter. I'm just using spruce planks because I like the look of them, and they're also really easy to get, which is the main reason why I'm using them. So let's place these all around here like this, and we can basically just finish this by doing all that. So I'll be right back as soon as I've covered this up. Okay, well that was a very small time lapse. It's actually important here to only place the blocks up to here, not another 3 up past it, because this top layer is actually going to be slabs, so that we don't have any mobs spawning on top of the farm. So that's really important to do, because if mobs do spawn on top of the farm, it's going to really severely affect our rates by at least 25%, but probably more. So again, we're just going to cover this all up like this. And then on top, we're going to have a whole layer of slabs on top of the entire thing, and that includes this back bit here, because I do believe mobs can spawn on the back of pistons. So again, we'll just place all these here like this, and this will be the thing to cover up the entire farm and keep it in the dark. And because we're so close to the farm, we won't get any witches spawning in there, but it is important to be careful because they definitely can spawn in there. And so on that note, actually, before I cover this up all the way, I'm probably just going to grab the rest of the supplies I need, because I don't want to be interrupted by any witches that have spawned but are not going to be processed by the farm. So we're just going to go over here, and I have all my supplies over here, so we're just going to swim all the way over here, and we're just going to grab all our string and our tripwire hook, and the rest of it we can save for later. Yeah, and we'll also go to bed because it is yet again night. Alright, so what we're going to do now, get back up on there. Again, we can use scaffolding. It's probably best to use that just because it's easy, and yeah, easy is good. So what we're going to do is go over here, place up a whole bunch of these scaffolding like this. And if you want to know how to place scaffolding like normally, like I am right now, instead of from the bottom, what you do is you press shift and space at the same time. Or if you're on a non-computer version of Minecraft, you're going to want to be pressing whatever your crouch key is and your jump key is at the same time. So that'll depend on what version you're on to place scaffolding like this. And yeah, again, I'm not really doing this right, but yeah, you can basically go like that and then just let go of the shift key to place it. So yeah, if you want to place this like normal, that's how you do it. And we go all the way up to the top, and we'll complete by just basically covering up this entire thing with the slabs, so that the top layer as well as the bottom layers will be completely hidden in darkness. And I just placed that there by accident, but that's fine. And we'll just place all these here. Now we also going to have to use some water, so we're going to use that in a minute before we do our next step, which is going to be the tripwire hooks. So I'm just going to place all this in here. And this is almost done, so we're just going to cover all this up like this, and hopefully we can get ourselves a way out. So I might actually just quickly get out like this, because I do not want to be trapped inside the witch farm. That would not be a pleasant experience, I say, as I immediately fall back into the witch farm. So we'll just go like this and like this. That should be fine. And yeah, just cover this all up. I suppose you could also use, oh, I'm not sure, I guess some other spawn-proofable blocks on the top, or you could just use torches, but I think slabs work best, and they're just kind of convenient because they're quite cheap, and they can just blend in with whatever your main block is, unless, of course, you're using something that does not have a slab variant. So there you go, that's basically the outside of it done. Now the inside has a lot more to do, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically grab ourselves a water bucket, which I did forget, it's over here though. So we're just going to grab ourselves a water bucket. You can have more than one bucket, but it's just optional. You can only do it with one bucket because you can just pick up more water from beneath the witch hut, since obviously witch huts are always in swamps, and swamps always have some sort of water in them. I've never yet seen a swamp biome with no water in it. So what we're going to do here is we're basically just going to fill this up here, and we're going to be waterlogging these trapdoors. We can actually just mine out the side here. It's totally fine to break parts of the farm as long as we're replacing them before we're done. So that's always good to know, because as long as you don't forget, basically, that's another important thing, is to not forget that. So once we've done this, we should be able to get an infinite water source, which will basically make it so that we do not have to go back. Yeah, so we can just grab the water from here and place it like that, and this will just waterlog all these trapdoors and make it so that there is just a whole bunch of water there. The next thing we're going to do is basically go down to the next layer, which I did very unsuccessfully, but we can basically do here, is make ourselves another scaffolding up like this, which I'm not doing very well either. But yeah, once we're up here, then we can basically just use that to get up between the layers easily. We can just break this before we're done with the farm, because we do not want this here when the farm is done. So we're just going to place that here. And if you don't have scaffolding, you can also use ladders, or you can just pillar up with dirt or some easy to mine, easy to get block like that. So let's grab ourselves some more water like this, and we can get our infinite water source on this layer here. And we'll just waterlog all these trapdoors like this quite easily and quite quickly. Alright, and then grab one bucket for the next layer, and place the bucket right on down here. And we can grab one more bucket. We can actually grab it right from here, which is perfect. So we can just grab that and cover all this up with water. And basically what this is going to do is when the witches spawn here, they're going to be pushed by this water, just like that. They'll be pushed all the way over here, and then there'll be something here for them to be dropping into and dying. So now that we've done that, we have to go on to the next step. And this step is pretty easy, so what we're going to do is just cover all that up, and we're going to basically grab ourselves tripwire hooks and string. And the tripwire hooks we're going to put all on the edge here like that, and on the other edge here. So it's the edge with the water and the edge with the drop, and we're going to have it right up here. And we're basically going to place in all this string, and I'll just do it on one layer, and then I'll do a time lapse for the rest. So we're going to basically place it all in like this. It's really hard to see, but yeah, we don't want to place it on the last one though, or we'll be flushed down. And although that's not the end of the world, you know, we can always fight the current. It's a little bit annoying, so we'll wait to put those ones till the very last. Another interesting thing is that the hitbox size for string that's been attached to a tripwire hook is actually about 1/4 the size of the normal hitbox size, so it's a lot easier to make the farm if we're just placing down these as not tripwire string, and then we'll place it there later. And again, if you don't have a whole lot of string, unfortunately you really can't make this farm without it. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're going to place this down like this, and you can see that's activating, which is fine. It's exactly what we want it to do. We can kind of test it out in a way. And these are basically activating because of the chain of how this works from the from all of that. So you can even see it'll push all the way out like that. So it's perfect. So we'll just break these few scaffolding there, and we'll just place all these down again. And I'll be right back as soon as I've completed the step on the next 2 layers. Alright, I've now done that step on all the layers, and actually it looks like, yeah, there we go. You'll also know if you haven't done it right, you'll know that you haven't, because these tripwire hooks will not activate when you go over them, so there's that. The last step is basically just going to be the killing chamber, so we're going to start by just getting rid of this scaffolding here, as it's not useful at all now. And I think we can actually get rid of this scaffolding here too, and as well as this block here, since, again, we don't need really any extra blocks at this point. And yeah, the killing chamber is basically just going to be right below here. Actually, we'll just keep this up here for now. So the supplies for this killing chamber we're going to need are going to be right over here, because I placed them right over there. So we're going to go over here, and basically what we're going to need, in fact, exactly, not just basically, is we're going to need this iron, we're going to need this spruce, well, any sign, a rail, a hopper, and a spruce door will be useful, but we're actually not going to need that because we're going to be using something even better, which is a water breathing potion, although we could use a spruce door. If you don't have access to potions, you can totally use that door instead, and I'll show you, or yeah, you basically just use that for an air pocket. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to grab, I guess we're going to have to get some oak logs for this, but that should be fine. Is we're basically just going to build an area where the witches are going to drop down. So this is going to go down 2 more off of the block, so it'll be a total of 3 blocks from the last layer, but you'll only be placing down 2 more blocks. So we'll just place that here, and of course, because we have the water breathing, we're doing fine under here. So also, if you have like aqua affinity or something like that, it might be easy too. So we'll place all this down like this, and then we're basically just going to do that all the way around like this, and that'll just be the area in which the witches are going to fall down. And we're basically just down here, we're going to place down a whole kind of floor here for them just to fall down onto, and there'll actually be water there to push them down into the killing chamber. So there's that. Alright, so you can see this is still underwater, so we're just going to place a whole bunch of blocks here, and we're just going to break those, and that'll get rid of the water. If you do have sponges, that's even easier, but I don't actually have sponges right now, so we're just going to place down all of our blocks like this. And I apologize for the darkness in here, but I didn't think to bring any night vision potions. But yeah, we're basically just getting rid of all the water here. So we're just going to get rid of all this. And you can basically just see that's getting rid of the water. Or, no, yeah, getting rid of the water. And we'll just place this here and break the last 2 blocks here of the ones we placed. And now we have our little area here. Actually, I might have a torch with me. No, I do not. I'm sorry. So we'll just click this. And then we're going to break a hole in the very middle once we're done with this. So the very middle is right here, I think. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, there should be 4 blocks on each side, so that's perfect. Then we're going to grab ourselves that sign, spruce or otherwise, and place that sign right here. Oh, that's string, that's not a sign. Place the sign right there. Then we're going to grab ourselves our bucket. We can actually just grab water from right over here. I think it's, is it getting near nighttime? It is getting near nighttime. I have a good internal clock for these things. It's a sign you've been playing Minecraft for too long. But anyway, there you go. I placed that block there, that water there. And I'll just grab some more water out here and place the block over here. It's actually kind of too bad. The first time I made this farm in a separate world of mine, I unfortunately forgot to place down the water, and so for months and months and months I was using the farm at like probably a third of the efficiency that it could have been at because I didn't place that water there. So that water is really important, because what'll basically happen if you don't place it is all the witches will just fall down to that little area and basically just sit there until they push each other down the hole to where they're going to be actually entity crammed, which is going to be the way we kill them. So we're going to go back down here, and I think we should have enough not fire resistance, I think we should have enough what's it called? Water breathing for this. So we're just going to go down 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 3, and then right down here, which is going to be right there. That's going to be where, actually we're going to place a hopper there. We can probably place the hopper there right now. And that hopper is going to have a rail on top of it. So we're just going to put that there. I'll have to shift. There we go. Oh, and I'll actually have to get rid of the water first, because there we go. We'll just grab that and it went in there. So yeah, because the water will just immediately get rid of it. So we're just going to place that all the way around here like this to kind of block it off. That looks good. All right, we're just going to get rid of the water here, because that is not necessary, and it's basically just going to make the farm not work as well as it should. So we'll get rid of the water here, and we should be back down to our hopper. Perfect. And we can grab any blocks that we lost in there. So there we go. We're 3 blocks down. What we basically want to do now is go over and just make ourselves a little area like this, just like this, to basically just to kind of hang out in, because we're going to need to be in here for just a second to place down the minecarts that are going to be entity cramming the witches. And if you want to know what entity cramming is, basically what that is if there's more than 24 mobs in a singular block, then they'll basically start dying just because there's too much of them. They're just squishing each other, I guess, is the thought behind it anyway. So there's that. We're just going to kind of clear out our inventory a little bit here, just so we have some room, or at least try to. It'll look like this. We'll just make a few minecarts at a time. I have just enough iron here for 25 minecarts. You want to, or 24 minecarts. So you want to make sure you have 24. And before we place those, we're just going to grab ourselves that rail, if I can find it. Here's the rail, it went back in there, and we can just let that go in there. It'll go like this, and we'll basically just start placing those, and we'll go up to 24. So I'll be right back once I place 24 minecarts. Alright, I placed down 24 minecarts. Now we're just going to basically block up this little thing like this and mine ourselves out like this. And we should have a little bit of not fire resistance, a little bit of water breathing left. So now this is basically just the kill chamber right here. And we're going to want to basically dig down into this underwater bit here. And basically we're going to want to find where that hopper is. And we're going to be really careful, because if we do this wrong, we're actually going to have a problem. And this is the part of the tutorial where we're now going on to the sorting system. So if you want to make your own sorting system, you're basically done. You just want to make your AFK platform, which I'll be to in a second here. So we're basically just going to do here is grab ourselves the supplies for that, so we can just throw away, or not throw away, but put away nicely everything we need here. Like that. That's everything we do not need. So we need 20 chests for my sorting system, 20 chests, 12 hoppers, 12 ladders, and we're going to need a bunch of torches just so we can see things, and we won't get mobs spawning down there. So we're going to go right back down to where we were, which is here, and we'll make a better than an underwater entrance here in a second here, but for now this should be fine. So yeah, we can actually see the hopper right there, which is perfect. So we're basically just going to want to make our little sorting area right here. We're just going to want to go down low. Here we go. That's perfect. And we'll basically just place down one hopper below that, and then we'll basically just place some dirt back in here. So we're now kind of sealed off here under the swamp, and we can just place some blocks here to get rid of all the water. And we'll know where we are in just a second. So we place down that. We place down some hoppers, which is good. And we can, I don't think we can get rid of that block, so we're just going to place down one more hopper like this. So it'll basically just go straight down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of 2 blocks here. And we're going to basically just dig out a whole area for us to have our sorting area in. So what's going to happen now is this, we're going to have our first set of many double chests here, and this will just go into here. That'll be our first chest that items are going to go into. And we're going to do now is basically going to mine down a whole bunch, so 9 blocks down. So we're just going to do that now. So this is 1 block down, And then we're just basically going to go 9 blocks down so we can fit in a total of 10 chests. Now, I found it takes about an hour and a half to fill up a double chest. So what I always do is I always AFK for about 12 hours at this farm. So if you want to get yourself your entire system full, I would say that would take approximately 12 hours. But if you want to AFK for longer, you'll just place more chests downward. So there's 4, we can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and yeah, you probably shouldn't be digging straight down, but you know, I do have good armor on me, so yeah, that's fine, I guess. We'll break all this, and we're just gonna have them go all the way down here, and we can basically just go down low. Oh no, free iron. I always love free iron, and interesting thing, if you find 2 iron like that, there's usually 2 parallel to it, like and there's even sometimes more, so we'll grab that free iron, because why not? don't have an iron golem farm yet, so that's perfect. And we'll just break all this out, and basically just place down chests like this. Oh, and you can actually hear, it sounds to me like a witch has actually fallen down into the farm already, which is quite interesting. It doesn't sound like it's getting killed though, so, oh no, you know why? I know why. 1 minecart left. I did not place down 24 minecarts. Good to know that. If you hear witches in the farm, but you do not hear them being killed, that means you have made a mistake and not placed down enough minecarts. Or they're just not in the entity cramming area. So, there's that. Yeah, so we want to just place down some torches. I can definitely fix that though, just by placing down 1 more minecart. So we'll just place down these torches here. That's to prevent any unwanted mob spawns. And this is basically just done. We just want to actually put the rest of the hoppers in. That would be important. Actually, I'm not placing these in right. It's important when you're placing hoppers from the top that you place them shifting and right-clicking into the side of the chest like that. So there we go. And yeah, basically we're just going to make ourselves a way out of here. So we'll just go this way a little bit, I think. That should be fine. Just mine this way maybe, I don't know, a couple blocks. We want to have a nice, vivid and interesting entrance so that it's easy to remember. And we just want to get quite far away from the actual farm so that we don't by accidentally flood it or anything like that. So let's place some ladders here like that, and we can probably just go up like this. Alright, we're still underneath the farm. So what we can do now, this is basically just an easy way of getting out. We can make some nice material here. We'll make some bricks, because why not? We just have the stone there for it, because I have the silk touch. So we'll just go up like this. And if you want to actually get a couple more ladders or scaffolding, then we can make a way up here, just down to the sorting system, because then we can easily and quickly get down to our treasure from the witches. That's kind of treasure. I mean, yeah, it's good stuff. And so we'll basically do that. I'll just get myself some more ladders here, so since then I can make myself the way down to the storage system. So I think I do have some more wood here. Yeah, I've got a amount more wood, so I'll just place that down here and make myself a couple more ladders. Of course, you can make whatever way down to the storage system that you want, and I mean, even some witch huts I've had spawn on me where they're basically not even underground. Like, I mean, they're not even on water. They can be like right over here, something like that, you know. So you basically can have it in such a way where you don't even have to make a platform like this to avoid the water. So let's make ourselves some more torches, not torches, some more sticks like this, and some more ladders. Never can have too many ladders, I say. And we'll go around like this, and we'll go over here and just place those ladders down here for a quick, easy little entrance in and out of the witch hut. You can get rid of these little poles if you want here. You can keep them there. Absolutely up to you there. And actually, this is getting waterlogged, which is annoying. What we can do about that is we can just place ourselves down a whole bunch of stone bricks here, and it'll basically just get rid of the water. So yeah, if you're ever having trouble with waterlogging, like your scaffolding or ladders, you can always just place down bricks or any block actually to get rid of the water, and then you can just do that. And we just want to put a few torches here because mobs will spawn here and kind of ruin our farm's rates. We'll also make sure down here that we have all this lit up. We do. So the next step we want to do is I'll just have to put in that last minecart. But another thing we want to do too is we want to know the level that the witches are actually at. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here, and we can kind of see our area here where we made our little platform over. So this is where they're kind of dropping down, is right there. So the witches are at this level. So if you just go to our F3 screen, that level is 56. Now that's really important. We're going to want to know that. Actually, is it 56? Let me just see. I think I was at the wrong thing. Let me just see real quick here. Let's see what we're at here. Targeted block. No, we're 57. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to actually want to add 120 to that. So 57 plus 120 is 177. And we're going to want to remember that number because that's the level we're going to be at our AFK platform. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to basically place the last minecart I forgot, and I'll be right back. Alright, and for the last step, all we have to do is just make ourselves an AFK platform. So because where the witches are being killed is at 100 is at 57. We want to go up to 177. So I'll be right back as soon as I'm up there on top of my scaffolding. Alright, I'm at level 177. So what I'm going to do now is basically just build out a little bit so that I can just make ourselves a little AFK platform. We can see that the farm is on this side, so I'll just make the platform on that side too. And we'll just have to be really careful just to not fall off. But I'll basically just make a little 3x3 area here to sit in, like that. That should be fine. Again, doesn't have to be super particular, but you just want it to be roughly around there. So there's that. And I'm basically just going to make a simple little glass cage around, just so I can just be basically safe. And we'll just go like that. And we can basically just go like this. And basically. No, but basically, yeah, we can... yeah, so we'll just go like this. And build this all the way around like that. Yeah, it's just quite a nice, easy, simple design for an AFK platform so that we can just be safe, but we don't have to be in the dark and not be able to see anything. So yeah, I'll basically just put this up here, and I'll just kind of make it go all the way around like this so that we just don't have any mobs spawn up here ever, so we don't ever go up to mobs, which is always a good thing, that we don't go up to mobs. So we'll go like this, place down some torches just so it's spawn proofed, and we'll just I think we have some extra supplies in here. Yeah, we can just grab one of these trapdoors and we can just put it up here, so if we're ever using our elytra, if you have elytra, you can come up here and just use that to get down, but it's still safe. So there we go, that's basically the farm done. And yeah, it has a really good rates to it. So basically, yeah, you just get ourselves a whole bunch of a whole bunch of sticks, redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, and all that stuff. So I'll just be up here for a little minute, and I'll just come right back down in a second so we can just basically see just how quick it is. So basically, yeah, just in the time we've been up here, we're just going to go down. We're going to see already how much there is just in that little bit of time. So we'll just go down here, and don't worry, I do have elytra, so I'm not going to my death, but yeah, so basically just go down here. You can even see the farms working there because those pistons are going down. So let's go down here and we'll see already how much do we have of the supplies after literally just that little bit of time. So we'll go down like this. Let's see how much we have. Yeah, already. That's literally already what we have after that little bit. So you could totally see how this entire farm could be filled up in literally just a matter of maybe 12 hours or even less. So we just got all that stuff. Yeah, that's the design for the farm. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to press the like button and make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. And yeah, maybe next episode we can figure out what to do about us being purple. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!